like I miss her so much, and like I really want to come back and hang out with her in LA. But I met so many other amazing people, and like my friends Jasmine and Diana in New York, and like even hanging out a little bit with people like Birdshit and Mercury, and Gigi in LA,
Hell yeah.
it was just really nice to, I suppose, see drag that I liked and drag that mirrored what I do here in a different country,
Right.
And kind of just experience all of that. It was really eye opening, and then I returned to Australia, and I was kind of like, we can do some cooler shit here, and it kind of fueled, kind of take what I saw in America that I liked and bring it back here and repurpose it to fit the Australian scene.
Well, that's how I feel looking over at like the videos of your shows, like especially like Mystery Box and those like beautifully produced shows. Like I want to bring elements of that into U.S. drag. There's got to be a better cultural exchange. How do we set up a foreign exchange program for drag performers and get them like touring other countries?
That we drag queens in across
the Perfect.
Just like vacuum packs, we put them in little boxes and
trading one at a time. If you ever happen to breeze through Denver, we totally have we have the scene to get visiting girls paid for sure. Like as somebody visiting, like you would be much more easily booked than anybody else that's been working in the scene for an extended period of time doing really good work. But if you ever were to breeze through, like it would be my dream to have you involved. I know
I want to do a breeze tour of the US because I have so many people that I've talked to that like someone like Lux I've been talking to for like ages.
Lux Noir London?
No, Lux like in Crystal's drag house.
Yes.
Yeah, and like girls like that who live kind of in the middle of nowhere. I'm not sure if she lives in the middle of nowhere, but just kind of like people that don't live in the major cities.
Yeah.
I want to, I suppose, experience that kind of the drag scene in America.
And it's so worth it. And if you're going to do it, like I personally, I have an affinity for road trips. I'm a road tripping American. So that is one of the best ways to experience it. And one of the cool things, the cooler things about American drag is like, because Drag Race has risen so quickly, and exists kind of everywhere now, like even our smaller cities, like Denver is it's getting up there as far as size and everything. But even our smaller cities, and Midwestern cities and everything have formidable scenes, and you can find an unbelievable, like genuinely groundbreaking drag queen in every single state in the United States. Like there is somebody somewhere doing really, really good work. And we would love to have you in Denver. The invitation is open. All of our bars and everything are shut down and not doing any drag, but on their behalf, not being a paid employee of a single one, you are invited to perform at them all.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that invitation. Look, I would love, it's definitely on my list to come back. And I suppose by the time that I'm allowed to come back, hopefully everything is up again. And I think it's the exciting time, I think, because everyone's been given this chance, I think, to develop their work while things are kind of on pause and to kind of reevaluate what they want to say and do with their drag. So I've definitely improved so much in the last year, and I think this time has given me the chance to reevaluate why I love drag and why I love doing it, which is really important.
Yeah, no, very, very much same. I am ready to come back looking so much better than I did in February.
I know. Yeah.
At this point, I'm just like shaking, being like, I promise I am better at drag now. Please let me out so I can show people.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yes, the invitation is open. We'll go ahead and wrap up because I've got a lot of editing to do on this one. But I love that. I love going over time because that means the conversation was very, very good. So go ahead and give the listeners the social media handles where they can find you. Let them know about any sort of upcoming projects that they can see either online or in person. Give us the rundown on Etcetera.
You can find me on Instagram at Etcetera _ Etcetera. So that's just the full word. If you type in ETC, it's probably going to come up, considering that drag queens follow me. And if you're a drag queen, then you'll have some mutual with me. And on Twitter, I'm Glamourbug, like glamorous and then bug.
That's funny. I need to follow you on Twitter.
Yeah, it's because I have this drag character, which is a giant cockroach, which is a conversation for another time. But,
I've seen the photos.
I'm known as a cockroach queen here in Australia, so I'm the glamour bug. And then I suppose, I mean, I have weekly shows everywhere in Australia. I've been pulling back a bit digitally lately because I'm really trying to like invest time into my local scene and really rebuild it. We just went into a kind of like a second lockdown here over the past few weeks because we had some cases popping up and the scene's been hit quite hard by that. So I'm spending some time investing into making sure the scene here is still thriving and people have work. But hopefully I'll be doing some more interesting stuff online and doing some more digital work, but we'll just have to see. I'm very excited to move into the new year, and we've got our Mardi Gras coming up, which is our,
yes,
huge
of course,
festival. And so that's a huge thing for me. I'm usually working like 3 weeks every day in a row. So keep an eye out for all that kind of stuff. There should be some fun things happening during that time.
Absolutely. So everybody follow Etcetera on Instagram. If you are in Australia or if you are ever visiting Australia, support Etcetera, and support drag in general. I want it to be in every city, in every country, all over the place. So just like throw your money at them, even if it is not a place where tipping is culturally accepted. So thank you so much for being on the pod, and we are going to wrap up this recording. I hope you have... go ahead and give your goodbye to the audience.
Yeah, and thank you so much for having me. It's been such a pleasure, and such a pleasure to be asked to talk about, let words spill out of my mouth. So thank you, and thank you for everyone for listening, and thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in again to that very special second part of Etcetera's episode. I so appreciate everybody tuning in. I would even more appreciate if everybody gave me a little nice review, a little like, a little rate, a little subscribe on whatever podcast app it is you are using right now. And check me out on my website at dion.wtf or on Instagram at Shiksa at SHIKSUH. Now you guys will have to wait another week longer for a little shittily recorded song from me, but the stuff coming up is very fun. So please stay tuned and share with all of your friends, and if you have any pressing questions or comments or need some advice, go ahead and send them to wtf@dion.wtf or straight to my contact page on my website at dion.wtf. How many times can I say my name before I dissociate completely? This podcast is produced by me, Dion, all by myself. Oh God, please help me, it hurts. And the theme is Mama Look a Boo Boo by Harry Belafonte. Please don't sue me.